Hey guys, it's me again, it's Dineb. Welcome to another video regarding ethics, and this time we are going to be discussing social media. This is a really good topic, and it's perfect because it's so up to date, because everybody, I'm pretty sure, uses some sort of like social media, right? Okay, so for starters, regarding the first question, what kind of social media do I use? The most used social media that I have right now would pretty much be Facebook. I think that's the only social media platform that I'm actually on. What is it? Well, Facebook has evolved from different like social media platforms, like I don't know if you guys are aware of that, like Friendster or MySpace. I think MySpace is the closest one where Facebook kind of like patterned themselves from. It's basically just an application or a website where you can actually just post out some photos about yourself, kind of build up your profile, your likes, your dislikes, what are you into, hobbies, and that kind of stuff, right? But basically the way that I use Facebook right now is I use it to like connect with my family, with my friends, anybody that I'm close with. Like it's great. I get to keep tabs on what they're up to, what's going on with them, and it keeps me current, right? What else do I do with Facebook? Well, Facebook has so much changed from when it first came out like years ago, right? Now there's like marketing, and there's like ads, and there's like the Facebook Messenger app. Well, that's really nice, because that's where I try to communicate with like some of my classmates out there, and it's the same thing that I do for like my family. We got a little thread going on, and we just like exchange messages with each other. Mostly memes is what we're doing now, but memes, that's another like that's another topic that needs to get discussed, right? So what else? When do I use Facebook? I usually use Facebook, and I'll be honest with this, I usually use Facebook during like my downtime, which means if like, let's say I'm cooking and then I'm having like the pot boiling or like stewing or something. It's like, hey, I'll see what's on with the world today, because that's what Facebook does now. It gives you updates about news and everything, right? News, music, whatever. So yeah, and I think I actually use Facebook most of the time, especially when I'm in the toilet doing my business, if you know what I mean. Gone are the days of you just reading like comics or, I don't know, books or Reader's Digest while you're like, you know, sitting on the throne, as they say. But now I guess it's phone time. That's what it is. It's like just me and Facebook, and basically it's my escape from reality and from my daughter. Okay, so for the next one, let's discuss some of the positive and negative things that Facebook has done in my life. Like I said earlier, for the positive stuff, I get to connect like with my family, my friends, try to figure out what they're doing. But mostly right now, to be honest, like at my stage in my life, I've only used Facebook now as just kind of like my personal online photo storage. When I was younger, I used to always just tell the world what I was up to, what's on my mind, what's going on with me right now. But I don't know, since life got a little bit busier, again, I only share stuff on Facebook when I was like, oh, I got some free time and this makes me happy. It's usually just more like positive stuff now. Like I just post things about again, like photos. If we have trips, I use that because it's great. They've got unlimited photo storage, and I can always just access that. And let's say I want to like reminisce or look back into like that kind of stuff, like what happened here. It's pretty much easier, right? Okay, and the negative stuff about this kind of social platform, especially for Facebook, is that there's just too much information, and sometimes that overload information tends to scroll down into more of the negative side. There's so much negativity now, and it's changed a lot. Before it was just photos of family, hobbies, interests, and stuff, and now it's just like people hating on each other, and there's just so much. To be honest, there's like so much drama, and I get that, but I feel that with the emergence of social media, it kind of makes everybody entitled to their own opinions. And I'm sorry if you may get mad at me at this, but I feel that everybody feels that they should be listened to, or like my opinion matters. What happened? I don't know. It's changed so much. Before, I could just, I don't know, say things out loud, and if I was wrong, somebody would call me out for it. But now people would just like bash you and just really just get into you for like one thing that you said, and it's like people are too sensitive now. It's like, okay, so I don't know. I try to stay away from that now, and again, like I said, it's just mostly for just photo storage now. Okay, so here's the good question about the whole ethical dilemma is like, as a professional now, or as we try to study to be professionals, what are the positive and negative impacts that it might actually do, especially for the healthcare, right? One of the positive things that I can think of, especially for social media, is that ability for you to like connect with the others, people of the same, within the same profession, people with the same likings and same sort of wavelength. That, let's say, I need to improve myself in terms of my career, so I could like ask fellow nurses or some sort of like community. It's like, what can we do to like do this? It's like, is there some sort of like program that I can go through? Try to figure that out. You could actually it's easier for you to connect with these kind of people, since everything's just like so like I said, social media, right? So everybody's like socially accessible for this, and then it helps you bridge that gap from before, that you had to go through like tons of paperwork. Now it's easier for you to like find a group. Let's say you're into like let's say you want to improve and become like a foot therapist, right? There's probably like tons of like groups or websites or social pages that you can just dive into, go into the group, figure that out. If that's what you want, then there you go. Now the negative aspect that I can see about this is that there's a lot of potential for like confidentiality breach, especially for clients. You know what I mean? Let's say inadvertently you're over at your job, and you feel that you're excited. It's like, and you take a selfie of yourself. Now you got to be careful, because since again everything's just available online, you got to be careful of your surroundings. You might take a photo of your client by mistake, or like their information is available there. You know what I mean? And then there's also that aspect where, like I said earlier, people feel more entitled now. Now, like they feel that if I'm angry, I should rant. I should go online and tell everybody how I feel, that kind of stuff. And then sometimes when you don't know how to control yourself, you might talk or say something negative about your clients or your work that might actually get you in a lot of like legal trouble. And that's something that, again, you gotta be aware of, because it happens, and I've seen it happen, and sometimes I just shake my head. Okay, so for this one, for the main ethical concern about social media, I think the biggest concern would probably be maintaining privacy. Now, as you are aware, it's the thing with social media, again, it's so open to public. I mean, there are options for you to like really streamline that to make it as private as you can, but anybody with a little bit of tech ability or technical knowledge could just research that and find a way to like go around the system and try to find out information, not just about yourself, but about the clients or anything in general. You know what I mean? And that's the scariest thing about social platforms kind of like these. It it yeah, how to say it increases your digital footprint. I don't know if you guys know about what digital footprint is, but it's basically just like the traces of what you do when you use the internet. I mean, there's like the passive and the active side of that, but using social media is an active way of you increasing your digital footprint, that it makes you more heard in the internet. And the scary part about that is that if you're not aware of what you're doing, it could haunt you in the future. Once it's in the internet, even though you try to delete that through your social accounts, it's still there. People can still try to access that if they wanted to. Right? So, yeah. It's a scary thought, but again, you just gotta be careful, especially for maintaining that privacy. Okay, so lastly, how do I plan to use social media for kind of like balancing this out between my personal life and work? Well, it's nice that I was actually born in the boom of like when tech started to evolve, right? I think the first strategy that I could think of is just, again, like I said earlier, just be careful of what you post. You know what I mean? Once it's there forever. And like I said, when I'll be honest with you guys, like when I was younger, I said some crazy stuff on my social platform, especially on Facebook. I think even my old MySpace accounts too. And if you try to research that right now, you guys might get like a different opinion of what I was. But again, I was a kid. I was a 20-year-old kid. I didn't know what I was saying, right? But some people might take offense to that. You know what I mean? And when they do, I mean, I've grown up a lot. But whatever I said when I was younger doesn't justify what I am right now as a person. I've grown up. I've learned a lot. I'm a family man now, so and I think a lot of like even not even just celebrities, but a lot of other people got into a lot of hot water just to that. So again, as we start to progress through that timeline of technology, just gotta be mindful of what you're doing. So that's my first strategy there. My second one would be to limit the amount of social media that we're on. Remember, I grew up while this kind of technology was being introduced, right? I was there when everything was on dial-up. You had to like connect to the phones and stuff. And then it all started with, I believe, like AOL. Man, I think everybody had an AOL account back in the day. And then it evolved into IRC, where everybody was like chatting in random ASLs before those like I don't know, like those internet like things that the kids use nowadays, like LOL or I don't know, my nieces know more and my nephews know more about those little shortcuts. I remember before, the ones that we would always use would be like ASL and LOC or something, I don't know. But, so that evolved from there. And then, of course, there was that MySpace, that Friendster, and then we even had pagers even before this MySpace era, right? And then text messages and that kind of stuff. So as it further went along, I don't know, as I got older, I tried to find that social platform that would really suit me best, like for my everyday kind of use, right? And that's where Facebook came into place, and they were smart about that too. Because now they've evolved into a like nice, good like program where everything's kind of like there, kind of like your phone. Everything that you need is there. You got your radio, your phone, your text messages, your internet, your calculator. You know what I mean? So that's what Facebook has become now. Like other, how should I say this? The younger generation now they're using other social media platforms like Instagram, where it's just really more into photos. I'm pretty sure like Instagram has upgraded their tech as well, but when that first launched out, I wasn't much into photography, so I'm not gonna need something to like put photos on it about. You know what I mean? I just take a photo and then that's it. It's a photo. And then there's the other one that they only like Twitter, for example. Is like, I think for Twitter, it's just like an update about what you're doing. It's like I want to tweet what I'm thinking. Isn't that what Facebook is also? I don't know. So anyway, Twitter is also another big thing, right? And then now the kids are doing TikTok. I know it's just like the Vines from before, but now it's just more of you dancing in that. And then another app that I'm worried about is that whole face swap. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but it's a really cool app that lets you swap your faces with like celebrities or something, and it puts up a really nice video of what you'd look like if you were in the thing. The scary part about that is that, again, it puts out so much. People don't do photos now. People do videos. That's how much like tech has evolved. If they can get your image on that, who keeps records of that? And could that be used as something to just spy on you? I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So I'm not worried about that a bit for me trying to like balance this out. So it's nice getting old. It's nice understanding how tech has evolved. So I'm just sticking to one because that's what everybody uses, and that's what my family and friends use for now. If there's another upgrade to that one, we'll probably switch on to that one. But I'm comfortable about me not really getting into a lot of like social media. Okay, so there you have it. Just a quick nitty-gritty discussion about stuff. Yeah, this whole social media thing is really fun to talk about. And, I don't know, like it's nice to see how things have evolved, eh? Like from going from, I don't know, memes, right? Like who invented memes, and like why are memes so fun? And I don't know, like GIFs and something. It's funny that when we try to communicate now, instead of us just like typing words or doing this, we're using emojis, or we're using this. Emojis, right? Who invented emojis? Anyway, it's just fun. This whole progress that we're doing is fun, but I don't know. If people from the future will be like, "Oh my god, they look so stupid," trying to put a lot of like, I don't know, videos about random things. Anyway, well, that's just me, and that's my thoughts about that. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this. Again, it's a little long. I like to talk, so yeah. As always, be safe and be kind. This is Dineb, signing off.